Hi YouTube, this is me, Miss Trucker 43. I was just coming in trying to just wanted to answer a couple of questions that people have been asking me, and it's about how becoming a truck driver. And I wanted to especially give this message to women that like to join this industry and think this is something that they would like to do. And I encourage you to do that. Like I say, I'm 43 years old, and I never thought that I would be driving 18-wheeler trucks, but this is one of my goals that I had in mind that I wanted to accomplish over the years, and I just made a decision to do it. So the first thing that I did is there's been a lot of obstacles in my way, but I tend to overcome those just to reach my goal that I had in mind. For example, many of you know that I had the weight loss surgery in December, and I had a lot of complications from that. And 8 months later, I'm behind an 18-wheeler driving truck. So it takes a lot of motivation. It takes a lot of determination. It's good when you have support behind you, of just putting yourself around people that are positive and that will encourage you to do things. Somebody that says to you, you know, what you want to do that for, or you're not going to make it, or, you know, you have all these other things going on in your life that may discourage you from doing these things. I would suggest that you remove yourself around people like that and start surrounding yourself around people who believe in you, who know that you are able to accomplish anything that you put your mind to. So basically what I did was I went on the internet, did some research about different companies, and yes, there's a lot of good things and there's a lot of bad things about certain companies, but you have to start somewhere, and you also have to get what you need out of it. Okay, it's not all about what people's previous experience have been with that company. Get what you need from that company and move on. Or if you decide to stay with that company, stay with that company. For example, the first company that contacted me was CR England. I mean, within 24 hours after putting in the application, they contact you, get yourself the ball rolling for you to get into school. Um, the tuition is, you don't have to pay anything up front. They send you a bus ticket. They put you in a place to stay, and you do have to provide your meals. They pay for your. I don't think they pay for your permit up there, but you do have a place to stay, and the class is 3 weeks. Everywhere I think you go is 3 weeks unless you got a permit. So if you come in with a permit, you save a week of time of training, because the first week that you do is nothing but the written book. So if you can do that before you get there, then you're saving yourself a whole week of just learning that book. You're going to take 3 tests. You're going to take the general knowledge, the air brake test, and your combination vehicle test. You have to score at least an 80 on those tests to pass it. One of them is, I think, 50 questions. The other one is 20, and the other one is 20. So study that book and really look at some videos and things like that to help you be successful in that way. Now, I did not stay at CR England, and it just was not for me. Like I say, it's a huge place. It's um, people coming in, and it's 40, 50, 60 people at a time. So for me, it was easy for me to get lost. Even though I knew, you know, a lot of the instructors or the trainers, because I made myself stand out a little bit towards them, it's so easy to get lost, and you sometimes get confused on what you're supposed to be doing. And you can be up there more than 3 weeks if you miss something. Like if you don't get your permit a certain time, they only have till Thursday till you get your permit. If you don't have it, you roll over to the next class, so that's an extra week. If you don't have your paperwork together, you know, you can't take your permit if you can't get a permit. So that will delay you. once you get your once you get your permit, once you get that permit, then it's kind of like fast track. You go into backing, you're going to learn how to back. Then you go into driving, you're going to learn how to drive. Then you're going to be tested. I left CR England and I came over to KLLM, and the reason why is because they had a better program. It was more modern. It was more, I call it the luxury of truck school because I've never seen anything like it. It's a more of a like a college environment, if that's something that you're used to. The classroom training is smaller. There's only about maybe 15 people a week that come through the class. They cater more to, not cater more to, but a lot more women come through that program. It is a college setting. You do get a certificate of completion from Hines College. You can graduate, walk across the stage if you want to from doing truck driving school. They feed you. They put you in a motel. You're not in a room with 8 other people. They put you in a motel room. They pay for your bus ticket. You don't have to pay anything up front. The tuition is $4,000, and it's forgiven after 9 months. So there was a lot of pluses, and they sent me a ticket like 2 days later. I've been in the hospital sick after I got out of CR England. That's why I left, because it was too hot. I was not able to be out there in that hot weather and that rain. It was too many people. It was too much going on for me. So that is the only reason why I left CR England. It wasn't anything besides that, and being that it just was not accommodating for me. So when I got to KLLM after I got out the hospital, now mind you, this is 2 days later of me getting out the hospital, I'm sitting in somebody else's classroom. So that was my motivation, that was my determination to do that. I arrived in Jackson, Mississippi on that Sunday, was ready for class. Class starts at 7 o'clock every morning. The shuttle takes you over. You get a little breakfast in the morning. The lunch is outstanding. It's Southern food all day, every day. And I'm talking, it's amazing. You're in a classroom for that first week. If you don't have your permit, just studying, going over the questions, anything that you have to ask. You go down there on your 3rd day, which is Wednesday, to take your permit. You got till Friday to get that permit. If you do not get that permit by Friday, it's a chance that you'll be going home until you get your permit, because they can't go any further with you until you actually have that permit. After you have that permit, the ball is rolling. You go out to backing for a couple of days. I mean, it's a comfortable environment. You're sitting out there, you're watching others. You got one-on-one instructions with the trainers for that following week. Once you master that, then that's where you're going to do your straight line back, your offset, and your parallel. And they're going to teach you how to back up according to the test. Okay, remember that, according to the test, what you have to do for the test. Okay, so don't make it hard on yourself. Make it as easy as you possibly can, because what your goal now is to do is to pass the test. Okay, once you do that, you're going to take a couple classes, which is Qualcomm, to learn how to log. You're going to take trip planning to learn how to do the maps. You're going to look at some defensive driving techniques. You're going to look at some backing techniques. So you're going to look at a lot of films. And you have plenty instructors. Plenty. You're going to learn how to do your pre-trip. You're going to learn how to do your air brake test. You're going to learn how to do your tug test. Before this school, I didn't know anything about a truck. The only thing I knew was maybe